Welcome to Causation versus Correlation, the Autism Affect. Unfortunately, this is a voiceover because I didn't realize my mic was on. So, here we go. We live in a world where nearly everything interacts with our biology. Every chemical, every medication, every environmental factor, our bodies, they're constantly absorbing, processing, and responding to these inputs constantly. And while patterns in health outcomes appear, isolating a single cause is nearly impossible. Biology doesn't operate in a straight line, and it doesn't wait for us to fully understand it before it acts. Correlations emerge when we look closely. Some are subtle, some are striking, but they persist enough to demand attention. It's tempting to dismiss correlations because they aren't proof of causation. But biology is constantly making choices, responding to countless influences, and shaping outcomes in ways we may not fully measure. Imagine a child exposed to multiple factors: environmental chemicals, medications, diet, and inherited genetics. Each factor interacts, amplifies others, and even blocks certain pathways. You cannot point to a single trigger because the biology has already been influenced by layers of exposures, some visible and some hidden. Yet the patterns we observe are real, clear enough to study, understand, and act on. Our history gives us painful examples. Decades ago, a drug called thalidomide was released and caused babies to be born with missing limbs. At the time, it seemed like an isolated tragedy, but it revealed something fundamental. Chemicals can act on biology in ways that we yet don't understand. And a single compound can disrupt development of the human body profoundly. Today, I think we face a similar situation, but exponentially more complex. We have countless pharmaceuticals, over-the-counter medications, and synthetic chemicals, many developed before the full consequences were understood, all interacting with human physiology simultaneously. Recognizing the complexity of causation does not mean we absolve responsibility. Just because biology is multifactorial, just because exposures are layered, it doesn't mean companies, corporations, or regulators should continue producing these compounds without accountability. Ignoring the patterns, ignoring the correlations, and allowing widespread exposure to continue is not a path toward safety. It's a path toward jeopardizing entire generations. Observing correlations doesn't excuse inaction. If anything, it demands more careful scrutiny, more transparency, and more accountability. Our biology adapts, our children are affected, and the societal consequences are profound. This is not theoretical. As a parent, seeing the patterns firsthand is mind-boggling. The knowledge exists. There is no way those in power are unaware of the potential harm. But history shows us that inaction allows harm to compound. We need to respect the complexity of biology while also holding systems accountable. Patterns may not give perfect causation, but they give evidence enough to demand change. Waiting for absolute proof means waiting while exposure continues, while pathways are disrupted, and while future generations are being left to bear the consequences. Biology may be complex, but responsibility is simple. Awareness about truth without action is unacceptable.